Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus, and yes, I am back again. You know, this time I would like to share with you the realities of our daily life. Let me talk about that for just a few minutes with you. I'm sure that this is a message, a spirit filled message, and basically meaning that you can identify. If it were not that so many suffer from the events of the day, it would be darn right funny to see the things that's going on. Bombs dropping on oil tankers, people cocking and loading, crime and violence at an all-time high. The low life go to jail, the high life go home. It's absolutely fantastic that in the 21st century, people are still striking. They don't have enough. It is amazing that at this day and time, people are hating and Ku Klux Klaning, hate grouping, nationalism, all against one another. It is downright funny if not so many people suffer. Funny in that you are doing these kinds of things as a result of you choosing to do things your way, choosing to turn away from the truth, choosing to believe that it is all about you and everybody else is to be used for your benefit and you for your own. That is as false as all of this that we see around us equals paradise. What I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is regardless of your situation, there is truth. And it is so difficult for you to understand truth. And that is because everything about you has been designed in such a way that the only thing that you would really know is that what they want you to really know. Things that they don't want you to know, you're going to be misled, misguided, and everything in that regard. For instance, you have had before you a young man who wanted to talk to you about how you could have your dreams come true. Talk to you about peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and all of those wonderful things that you pray for. But the powers that be had got you so inoculated against something like that till you didn't even hear anything. There was no news media anywhere that would share one message. I committed crimes and ended up in jail. They wouldn't even tell you that. Why? Because I stepped into some, ladies and gentlemen. I got it all around my feet. I got it all over my body. And that's a spirit of love for all of you. And when I say that, I mean that every human being on the face of the earth. I don't know why and how it happened, but you mean the world to me. Knowing that you suffer, even though I've never seen you, never been in your part of the world, grieves me. It causes me to stand up here in moments like this and tell the world that there is a God that loves you. And people might say, well, if God loves you, why are you going through the pains and suffering that you're going through? Because the way that life is designed, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do not know, it is God's desire to live in each one of us so we can be everywhere at all times with everybody, glowing the light of truth, giving people understanding of what is causing their problems and what to do about their problems. Not trying to take advantage of one for your own, but giving your own to all. But they couldn't tell you that. That means that you would hear that. And then you would question what you've been taught and the value of it. You would begin to see that your prayers have been unanswered for perhaps a different reason, a truer reason than what you had imagined. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know you say that God automatically does something for somebody, it seems, or at least it is reported. Yes, that happens, ladies and gentlemen. But every time that happens, When God has to directly put his hand in something to cause it to happen, when nature has to open back and hold up and let God stick his hand in. I'm saying his because that's what we've been accepting. So, but I don't know what God is. But nature holds back and let God allow the hand of God to enter into that situation and fix it. When that happens, that is called a miracle. A miracle. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. When God has to directly put his hand in something, that's like a miracle. And so God is not in your particular area working out miracles every day, but God works miracles out everywhere. But what is the purpose of a miracle? The purpose of a miracle is to present God to whoever receives that miracle in such a way that that person, if nobody else knows it, that person knows it's a miracle. But not only that, everybody who witnesses it will know it's a miracle. Why is it a miracle? Because it's something that no human being on the face of the earth that we know of could do it. And so it's a miracle. But why the miracle? The miracle is so that individual can recognize the truth of God. The truth of God. Now, when a person receives a miracle, it's not just for that person alone. That's a commitment. That's a bond between you and God. Now you know what others don't know. You have seen the hands of God. You couldn't see God. You couldn't touch him. You couldn't feel him. But the evidence is here. You can now see. You can now walk. You can now hear. You can now do all things. And so the first obligation is to turn to a dark world of those that don't know God. And let the God, the light of the God that's in you now, that has given you the ability to do what you couldn't do and no other man could help you to do just that. So that those in the dark might know that God is real. Because God is in you. And how do they know that God is in you? Because just like God looked down on you and saw your problem and came and fixed it, it is now your call to look at the problems of humankind, the problems of mankind, and use your God body, your God now, spirit God now, physical body in you to fix it. To fix it just like he fixed it for you. That's all the people who have ever received miracles. That's your obligation to God. To show the world that God is real. And if they can't see God, no miracle, they're going to be led by evil. They're going to be led because they're trying to survive. When you start stepping on ants and they see you coming, they start running for survival. When you start seeing any little insect or something, see you finna take them out, they start doing whatever they can to survive, to get away from you. These people don't know God. They got somebody saying, let me lead you. Be on my team, be on my team. And they all against one another. Dog eat dog. Who got the money makes the rules. And who got the money, and if that don't work, you got the gun. You can cock it and load it. But God is saying all it takes is simple faith. Simple faith. Simple faith. But that means, my friends, that you understand. And it is your love that encourages you. It is your love that draws you to the point that where you're at today, you can turn to darkness because they're going to kill you if they have to. And what does God say about it when you stand up and they kill you? He says, good and faithful work, my humble servant. And I'm not going to say any more than that. Why? Because that's now this person's body being given by that person's will, a choice to stand and live for truth. To stand and live for truth. By truth he lives, by truth he dies. Because it never, ever is buried. And so, come on with it, they would say. Unless there's a way out. There's a way out. If the people can see the glory of God in these individuals, and they standing up now like the stars from the sky, the stars in the heavens. You know those places where you can see the stars? Just imagine people all over the earth that have received miracles from God would stand up Recognize that God is love, they are love, and you are the ones that need to know love. And so they love you, they love you, they love you, and they make a commitment. Not necessarily, it's all connected, but they're not calling up each other saying, let's make this commitment. No, it's a commitment under the authority of God, so it's already automatically connected. And now you glow out there in all this world of darkness, where they got communism and socialism and dictatorships and people living under the guns and money and rape and lying and cheating and stealing and terror and war. All of these things going on, people living in darkness and run away from the truth. Let me just say one more thing, and I'm going to turn it loose. What I have shared with you, ladies and gentlemen, here today, those of you who've been paying attention, is what I've been doing for the past 40 years. And I'm so committed for this. And I still got faith that you're going to come around. I live in a house that I've been living in for quite some time. And you know when you're living in a house that periodically need repairs. So we do what we can do, but we can't do what we can't do. But I'm not worried because I'm expecting you to wake up any day now and apply yourselves in the plan that God had designed. That all of us and whatever problems we have might be worked out. Cars standing in the yard that need to go, but takes money. God's system squashed, buried. But I got faith that any day now, you're going to all wake up and engage yourselves in what it is that God instilled you to do, the role that you're supposed to play in this puzzle. And those problems that exist for you, for me, for all of us, we will be dealt with in a methodical kind of way, in a way that works and brings out beauty of all of us. Oh my God, I say this. And well, that was what, and I've gone to jail. I committed crimes against the state just to prove to you that my faith is in knowing what I'm talking about is right. Well, I ran for president 3 times. Nobody paid me any attention. I had to run as a write-in. You know I couldn't run as a Republican or Democrat because they are anti-God. And I'm not going to empower them. And see, you are doing it because you don't know any better. Okay? So I run as a write-in. That means that people have to know what's going on, got to have it, can identify with it, and desire and go to the polls and write my name in as the next whatever I'm running for, whether it's the president or the governor or the United States Senate or mayor. But people reject what they pray for. And so that means the seeds that are being planted are many in every area of life that you're in. And turmoil is the product. And nature is shaken. And the storms and the hurricanes and the earthquakes and the wildfires, they are all coming. Nature trying to find some kind of solace, trying to find some kind of peace. And the people still reject it, don't want to hear it. And so by not wanting to hear it, they choose somebody to represent them like what they got in the White House today. Many of you will say, well, I didn't vote for Donald Trump. I voted for Miss Clinton. A vote for Miss Clinton is a vote for Donald Trump. Because what you're doing, you're voting for evil. Evil. Now, you say, wait a minute, what you talking about? Well, you know when you look at Trump and his squad, you call them evil. You say they're from the pit of hell. Well, when they look at Miss Clinton and her squad, that's what they see. Evil. And from the pit of hell. And it's going at one another. And how can you go somewhere like that? You ain't going nowhere but further and further and further. And next thing you got yourself a dictator like you're creating in the White House right now, where states are saying we're not going to allow anybody to run against this one. We want him. We want him. We want to commit everything to him right now. As evil and as far away from the truth as he can possibly be. And there are those who've been preaching people all over this country for centuries about God. And they are over there supporting, saying this is what we want. We want power. We want power. What about the power you can't see? You know what these guys are going to do. They would take your land. They have done it. Ask the natives. They would turn you into slaves. They have done it and still are doing. Ask blacks and others. They will hate you. You could be sick and they'll try to keep you from the doctors. You're running for your life, coming knocking on the door. They'll close the door, build a board and say, get back. That's the world we live in, ladies and gentlemen. And it happens every day. And who's standing against it? You got a little Senate going through something that they're putting before the public to make it seem like they're trying to do something. But that's all a game. Why is it a game? It's a game because you, the people, do not demand that they do more. And the reason that you do not demand, because you don't understand what's going on. You just caught into the trenches. You don't know anything about the truth. You can have your opinion about the darkness, but that's all it is. It's an opinion. And the most you're going to do about it is stand up and say, I'm striking, me too, or some crazy stuff like that, and take no real action. And what is the action? To love, to care about yourself, to care about those around you, to care about everybody. And I guarantee you the answer will be right there in your face about what to do. Until next time, this is Eddie B saying goodbye.